Silent Hill 2 is not just a game, it's an experience, an emotional journey through guilt, grief, and the horrors of the human psyche. When the remake was announced, I was both ecstatic and cautious. Could it truly capture the magic of the original? Could it enhance the story and gameplay without losing what made it special? Now that it's here, I can confidently say that Silent Hill 2 Remake is everything I ever wanted and more. In this video essay, I'll explore why this remake succeeds in enhancing the original while staying true to its themes, characters, and psychological depth. A dream come true. For years, I could only dream of Silent Hill 2 Remake. The original is a masterpiece, but the idea of seeing it with modern graphics and technology was something I thought would never happen. Yet here we are. And the best part? It enhances the vision of the original. Every hauntingly beautiful environment, every unsettling shadow, every chilling piece of music, it's all here, fully realized in a way that respects and builds upon the past.
Hey, excuse me.
I'm sorry. I was just...
Hey, it's okay. I didn't mean to scare you. I'm kind of lost.
Lost?
Atmosphere, music, and sound design. A masterclass in horror. One of the standout elements of Silent Hill 2 Remake is its dedication to atmosphere, music, and sound design. With the return of the original sound designer and composer, the remake doesn't just recreate the original eerie ambience, it enhances it. The fog-laden streets feel more oppressive, the distant noises more unsettling, and the soundtrack seeps into your mind in ways that make every moment tense. Akira Yamaoka's haunting compositions once again bring the world of Silent Hill to life. The music is not just background noise, it's a fundamental part of the storytelling. Tracks like Theme of Laura retain their iconic impact, while subtle, new arrangements help reinforce the emotions of each scene.
Maria?
The use of silence is also masterfully done, creating suspense that lingers even when nothing seems to be happening. The remake also improves the sound design in a way that enhances enhances immersion. The way sound echoes through the fog, the distant cries of unknown creatures, and the jarring industrial noise that accompanies encounters with monsters all add to the game's oppressive tension. This is psychological horror at its finest, using sound to make you feel constantly uneasy and vulnerable.
Okay, Angela. It's okay. Calm down.
Don't order me around!
I'm not. I just.
The power of performance, voice acting, and motion capture. The new voice acting and motion capture elevate the emotional weight of the story. Luke Roberts as James Sunderland delivers the nuanced performance. There's an illusion of kindness, but an underlying sinister edge that makes you question his innocence. While I personally didn't love every performance,
Doesn't matter who
especially Salome Gunnarsdottir's portrayal, the overall acting feels more natural and emotionally raw. The result, a deeper, more haunting connection to the characters.
I'm real. Don't you want to touch me?
I don't know.
Gameplay enhancements, subtle but effective. The gameplay changes in Silent Hill 2 Remake might be subtle, but they keep you engaged. The combat and movement feel slightly more refined, making each encounter a true challenge. Unlike many modern horror protagonists, James is not a trained fighter or soldier. He's an everyman thrown into a nightmare. This vulnerability adds to the game's tension, keeping you constantly on edge. Psychological horror done right. Despite being a longtime fan, I didn't expect to feel terrorized by Silent Hill 2 Remake, yet I did. The game successfully retains and even evolves the psychological horror of the original. The unease, the sadness, the creeping realization that the worst monsters aren't the ones outside, but the ones within. It's all here. One moment that stood out the most to me was when Angela asks James if he had another woman, and he angrily yells, "No!" That scene is a perfect example of the remake's brilliant execution. James's anger, sadness, and guilt all linger in the air, making it one of the most powerful moments in the game.
What?
Admit it. You didn't want her around anymore.
No.
You probably found someone else.
No!
I need to find my mama.
Maria?
Character portrayals, strengths, and weaknesses. The remake does an excellent job with most of its characters, especially James, Angela, and Eddie. Their performances and updated animations
Come on,
add
don't
a
give
new
me that
depth to their struggles.
I
However,
was just kidding.
Maria's design feels off. In the original,
This
her sensuality
special
was a
place
key
in there?
contrast to Mary,
Don't be silly.
making her role in the story even more
Just have to go
unsettling.
through and out the front.
Here, she feels more like a good woman pretending to be bad, which
Then again,
lessens the impact of her
now that
presence.
we're here, can't we stay just for a little while? Catch our breath before we head back out there.
Themes: staying true while expanding the vision. The beauty of Silent Hill 2 Remake is that it remains faithful to the original's themes while subtly adding new layers. It still tells a story of guilt and psychological torment, but now there's a slight emphasis on the Groundhog Day nature of James's journey. While not officially confirmed by the developers, this interpretation adds an interesting perspective to the game's cyclical nature. How it stands among horror remakes. While I haven't played Dead Space or the original Resident Evil games, I always envied how those series were treated in their remakes. Now, with Silent Hill 2 Remake, I finally feel like this franchise got the respect and love it deserves. What makes this remake stands out is that James is not an action hero. He's an ordinary man facing extraordinary horror. That sense of helplessness makes the experience uniquely terrifying. Why you should play Silent Hill 2 Remake. If you're looking for a horror game that goes beyond jump scares, Silent Hill 2 Remake is for you. The horror here isn't just about monsters, it's about the human psyche. The nightmares in the game are reflections of the characters' internal struggles, making them all the more disturbing. If you want a horror experience that stays with you long after you've put the controller down, this is it. For longtime fans, this remake is a dream realized. For newcomers, it's an unforgettable introduction to one of the greatest psychological horror stories ever told. Either way, Silent Hill 2 Remake is something truly special, and that's why I love it.